Hoda Kotb, she was talking on her show about things she wishes she could redo from her 20s. And I thought this was interesting to think about for all of us. If you could go back and redo, what would it be? Hers was this. Her dad passed away in college. So she says that leaves unfinished business. That's what she called it. Things you didn't talk about, things you should have said, that last conversation you wish you had. And maybe you wish that conversation was different. She says, if I could redo anything, it was have the conversations, have them, say the things, call, ask the questions, because sometimes you don't get another chance. And at 20, you think your chances are endless. You think you have so much time, and she didn't have as much time with her dad as she thought. And I will say, my father passed away in my 20s, and we did have those conversations because from the time he was diagnosed with a brain tumor to the 8 months later that he passed away, suddenly time was short and time was sweet. But do I wish that I had done that visit? She says, don't say, I'll do it next week, I'll call another time. It does make you think, no now, because who knows? And so that was her advice. She's like, that's my redo. Hers was serious. Do you have a redo? Is yours serious if you look back at your 20s?
So many things that just sparked for me. My dad just came up for me too when you were talking about that, because when he was 42, so I'm about to turn 42, is when he got diagnosed with his autoimmune disease. It's called neurosarcoidosis. And from the time he was 42, it's affected, his quality of life. And when I was 19 and he got diagnosed, it seemed, he's 42, that's so far out, and now here I am, that same age, and to think of the rest of your life being affected now, I still feel so young and that there's still so much to do. And so I think it's interesting, the older you get, we think of time being a little more precious. So what would I do differently? I think for my 20s, I don't regret anything, right? Because I wouldn't have my babies. I wouldn't have the timeline where I got Charlie or Link, but
what I love about Dina truly is she lives life with no regrets.
No regrets, I don't believe in it. But if there was another timeline that I could have chosen, it's the timeline where I stay in New York and see what all of that entails, and I don't move back after the 5 years there. I live there, who knows?
Your life would go in a completely different direction. It's so true. What about you?
I think a couple of things. I think I wouldn't spend so much time in maybe relationships. I think I maybe would have ended it sooner, because that time I feel like you kind of waste grieving or being sad. I think I could have done better with being a little bit quicker.
That's how interesting. Jenna Bush Hager, that's what she said to Hoda. I stayed in relationships far too long because I was afraid to be alone. That was hers.
Yeah. And then the second thing I would say is not worrying so much about what other people think. Like, again, so much time wasted on things that really, in the long run, don't matter.
Mine would be more confidence. I know confidence grows, and I know experience builds confidence, but I wish I could have had a little more in myself at that time, and just loved what I was doing and owned it, whatever it looked like, rather than searching for public opinion of, am I okay? And am I doing this right? Also, I wish I'd have worn that shorter denim skirt.
But you did, didn't you?
No.
You didn't?
It still was to the knee.
Shoot, I thought you hid it in the bathroom.
That was still a long denim skirt.
It was still long.
It was still, but no, it's so true. Back then, I was so worried about how I looked and what you thought of me if I looked different than you thought I should look, that I didn't wear that thing and I didn't do that thing. And I think that goes back to confidence and self-esteem that grows over time. And you wish you could yell at your younger self, you're going to be okay.
Yeah. It is interesting, though, to reflect on lessons that we could learn. And while we can't go back and change anything, I think it really does inform going forward and the wisdom we can share with, younger daughters or younger friends or whoever might be listening that needs to hear that message.
And that's what I was going to say, Nish. You said, well, I wish I had more confidence, but now on this show, you can help share that and let people know what the topics that we do and talk about. And I think that can instill a lot of confidence in other people moving forward.
It's so true. Yeah. I love it. I found myself, I've grown up on the show. And I think for a lot of us, like listening and weighing in, you find your voice. And the first however many years of the show, I waffled and wavered with my voice, because I think we all do. You have your is this okay? Is that all right? and then you grow into it. And it's been a fun little seat to have, to be able to do that.
I think that makes all the sense in the world, though, because when you are going through your 20s, you think you know, right? You think you know who you are and what you want, but it changes. You change through the decades. And so I think it does take some time to really know and find yourself and be really strong in that.
I remember the first complaint about me was something about me not being smart enough. So then I started reading the New York Times. And then then the next complaint was, you seem too newscastery. So then I tried to watch E. Then where's my sweet spot when you realize you have to be you. There's you're it. There's only one you.
Yep.
And the answer is always within, too. I mean, you can take criticism with a grain of salt, but then you really, truly are just you.